14 days of quarantine is already long to start with, but my quarantine got even longer and extended to 21 days. For sure, it's really frustrating, yet it's also a very unique experience in my life. I'm finally out! I thought it's worth to talk about the things I reflect on during this quarantine from a minimalist point of view. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and turn on the little notification bell because I don't want you to miss my next uploads. Just a little context before I dive in. When I first landed in Singapore, I was given a 14-day quarantine. Fine, I respect the country law and the 14 days, even though I was fully vaccinated. Then a week later, policy suddenly changed to 21 days. But you know what, I was left uninformed and only got the notification just 2 hours before I was supposed to check out on my day 14, and I was still asked to pay the $1,200 for an extra week, which means it's a total of $3,500 for 21 days. If you were in this situation, would you think it's fair to pay the extra 1 week? Comments below and let me know what you think. Anyway, just a little bit of context of what I've gone through lately. I'm not here to complain, I'm still grateful to be here, but I want to share with you what I reflect on during these 21 days. Firstly, I want to talk about this mentality called kiasu, which is very similar to this internet term FOMO, fear of missing out, and in Singapore they call it kiasu. If you ask me if I'm missing out during the 21 days, yes, I missed out a lot. Like many in-person meetings that I scheduled, and a lot of errands I was supposed to do when I first landed, I missed out a lot of tests and perhaps some great working opportunities out there too. But if you ask me if I have the fear of missing out, I would say probably no. I didn't know I was a minimalist until last year. I just happened to realize the concept of minimalism exactly matches who I am. By definition, minimalist doesn't need a lot of things to live life. There's this concept in minimalism, less is more. I may be missing out some opportunities and tests out there, but I thought to myself, less is more. And the better opportunities will come, as long as I focus on the less, meaning the quality and improving what I'm doing rather than quantity. The second thing is that it was truly a simple and minimalist lifestyle that I live in for 21 days. I know everyone have different situations, perhaps you have family, kids, but to start with, my entire home is just these 2 big suitcases. I don't have many personal belongings and also very few clothes. And during the period, I really want to see if that's all that I need to live. And I further confirmed that I didn't need many things to survive. I didn't even have entertainment. I've never turned on the TV or Netflix for the entire 21 days. Now I know it may sound a little bit strange, but since I lived alone when I was 15 years old, I never had a TV in my life. The funny thing is that I found myself enjoy this kind of simple lifestyle even more and more as time goes. Maybe when I was a student, I did not have enough money to buy a TV, but now I earn enough money to buy a TV and I still chose not to have a TV. I really enjoy this kind of simple and less stimulating environment more and more. Now, I'm not saying that I hate material things. For example, I still need to have a cup of milk tea every day, and I need to eat certain foods like broccoli, but I like to keep the choices of things as simple as possible. For those friends who had helped me deliver some foods during my quarantine time, you know I've always asked you to order milk tea and broccoli. I like to keep my options simple and the same thing. But my friends are nice and give me more than I ask. The third thing is that I realized a different comprehension of this term freedom. I come from the United States that has a name of Land of Freedom. While some people say it's not truly freedom due to the recent anti-Asian crimes, but on the other hand, I'm currently in Singapore, which is known for its strict laws and regulation. Most people probably associate quarantine as lack of freedom. I don't deny it can be really frustrating in many ways, such as not able to accessing laundry machine, fresh air, and the good food down the streets. But there was one Sunday afternoon, I was listening to calm piano music and looking at the sky from my window. As the more I express to myself and to the God, the more I feel my mind is actually free, even though I was having physical constraints. I felt my mind was flying far away. I don't want to call it daydreaming or something, but I say that kind of mental freedom is probably something that makes me feel free. Although I can't go out during the quarantine, I'm still expressing my own creativity by writing new scripts on my next YouTube videos and thinking about how to tell a story to my audience. I think the mental freedom is really the deeper level of freedom compared to the physical freedom. In the old times of human history, many of our ancestors didn't have freedom to think or express themselves. And how lucky we are right now, and that we possess this human rights and mental freedom. So I thought that's the new realization with regards to my understanding of freedom. The fourth thing is I really enjoy the quiet time that I spend alone, which you have probably already seen in my previous video about why I enjoy being alone as an INTJ. During these 21 days, though I have been taking Zoom calls and video meetings, I was really able to isolate myself otherwise and focus on my own productivity, which I thought was pretty efficient throughout the period, both on my YouTube and my professional work. When I'm not working, I just play jazz or bossa nova music with a speaker that I brought from the US as part of my survival kit, to have a sip of milk tea and looking at the trees outside. I'm especially grateful that I was able to see trees from my glass windows. I knew my other quarantine mates on the same floor, they don't even get to see the trees, but purely just looking at the parking lots. Now, besides all the learnings and realization, I still need to face the reality, which is I still need to work harder to pay back all the travel expenses and quarantine expenses that I've incurred. That actually brings me to my fifth point. To be honest, I'm really tired of this COVID-19 situation. It just makes a lot of things I want to do much harder. I can't travel, I can't breathe fresh air without wearing a mask. And a lot of businesses are bleeding, such as the hotel, airlines, food stalls. This may be a unique reflection that I have, but I realize how powerful this virus is. It disrupted the entire world in the past couple of years, even though how many great scientists we have. Country or border restriction doesn't really matter for a virus. What I mean is that human can carry this virus by traveling to another country, but the virus can pass through without a passport, just in the air. More and more, I've realized how important it is for all the humans to be united together as a whole to fight against the virus rather than blaming other countries for their faults. Viruses are trying to kill humans, so we as a human need to fight against them together. So that's all the thought that I have on my mind. I hope you enjoyed this sharing. Now, I also want to hear about your thoughts on any of these topics above. Whether you've gone through quarantine or not, share what you think anyway. My personal interest is to coach people and help them solve problems in life, career, and school counseling. So if I can be of help, contact me on kksuccess.com and check out my other relevant videos on the screen here. And see you all next week. Take care. So this is the first time I'm seeing the hotel lobby after 21 days. It was really ghetto and now it looks actually really nice. Wow! Now I know it's really in Grand Hyatt, but not the room that I stay. So when I first came out, a couple of staff asked to take a picture with me. They actually saw my YouTube video and said my YouTube is very famous. So they asked to take a picture with me.